There we go. So, sitting comfortably, whatever shape it takes today, allowing yourself a few moments to settle. So being comfortable enough for us to settle into stillness, but it's okay to move if you need to. Let's begin to cultivate this beautiful presence, which is the underlying factor of our yoga practice, this mindful awareness, by just gently closing the eyes, resting the brain, immersing ourselves just for a few moments in the sounds of this moment. And then shifting that focus to what you might be experiencing through your skin, the sense of touch. Allowing yourself to live moment by moment through the sensations of your sense of touch. Let this be a gradual growing experience, exploring what you feel. And let's expand that field of focus to the sense of smell. As you're breathing, perhaps this moment has its own scent. Now let's begin to explore the inner experience, the internal experience, gently drawing awareness from the external experiences and settling in your body. What are you aware of physically around your body? Are there any sensations that you're experiencing now? Trying to remain present with that experience without analysing or finding solutions, just acknowledging what you feel in this moment. And what are you experiencing in your mind? Allowing your mind to be as it is. It may be busy, full of thoughts, to-do lists, concerns, ideas. This is wonderful, an active mind. But right now, as we're remaining present, we can acknowledge all of those thoughts without being involved with them. All of those feelings, all of those emotions. Let's return to physical awareness, particularly the upper body and the spine, feeling your spine. Adjusting your posture if you feel you need to comfortably align, not forcing. Let's let go of any need or any idea that we should force, and let's gently encourage a sense of weightless uplift through the spine that allows the spine to sit comfortably in a line from the tail to the tip of the spine at the back of the neck. Allowing the shoulders to soften and sink down. Inviting a sense of spacious freedom into the chest. Maintaining this lovely alignment as we focus attention on simply following the breath. No need to change anything, bringing awareness to each breath in and each breath out. Settling with your natural, steady breath. Allowing a sense of calm to spread from the steady breath through the whole of you as you follow, noting in your mind, breathing in, breathing out. So pausing from following your breath. And in these moments of very peaceful calm, I invite you to set an intention. Let your intention flow from your heart, putting it into simple words, repeating those words gently to yourself 3 times. When you're ready, lifting your eyelids, just swaying a little from side to side, telling the body we're ready to move. Good. Now let's take all of that beautiful mindfulness with us into our practice. Still practicing with our spring energetic system. We'll wait a couple more weeks before we transfer to summer. So let's begin shoulders. Let's wake the shoulders up by drawing circles with the elbows. We're going to inhale, draw the elbows together and up. Exhale, take them back and down. And again, inhale. Exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Let's do that the other way. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, forward and down. And again. One more time. Good. Okay, still with the shoulders, going to bring left arm across and just hook with the right hand. So we're just opening up the shoulder blade at the back, and we'll turn, look to the left and just breathe gently, acknowledging where you're feeling this, softening as you can. Nice steady breath. Okay, let's release that and let's gently do that on the other side. Right shoulder blade open, looking to the right, breathing. How about tucking the chin? How would that feel? Lengthening through the back of the neck. Good. Okay, let's release that. Let's bring fingertips back to shoulders. So let's do some classic spring awakening around the sides. So the sit bones are grounded. Doesn't matter if you're on a cushion or on the ground. We're just making sure that we keep the sit bones grounded for now. We're just waking up the sides of the body. Swaying a little from side to side. That's good. Good. Doesn't matter if you're kneeling or cross-legged or your legs are splayed out. It's the same action. Just be comfy. Good. So I'm letting the head droop to the side as well, letting the weight of the head and gravity increase what's going on. with the sides. Good. Also, it feels quite playful, feels quite nice in the morning. Good. Okay, so let's come to center. I'm going to turn to the left. So not forcing, just a gentle turn to the left. Then I'm going to sway forwards and round to the right. Okay, so just gently moving from side to side, introducing a little twist. Okay, so you might like to turn your head and look back as you develop this twist. Always remembering steady breath. We don't need to impose a breath here, but we just want to monitor when we have the tendency to hold the breath. And things tend to freeze up and we can hurt ourselves. Good. Okay, so we're going to just pause for a moment. I'm actually on a cushion, so I would like us, if you are on a cushion, to come off. Going to ground the sit bones and bring the soles of the feet together. So in the winter time, I would say, let's try and draw those feet close to the body. In the springtime, we don't need to engage with our liver energy line. It's probably better to have more of a diamond shape here rather than a squished up shape. So we're going to bring our fingertips back to the shoulder, and we're going to repeat that, what we've just done. Turning to the side, looking back, coming forward, and the other side. So do you notice that you need to use the core muscles to support you here so that you're not slumping? That's good. We're going to develop this a little bit now. Turning to the left, I'm going to reach over to the side, forward and across, and then come up and look back. Okay, so this time we're going to sweep back to where we started, and we will apply a breath. So we'll exhale as we fold and sweep. Inhale as we come up on the side. Exhale, fold and sweep. Inhale up. Exhale, fold and sweep. Okay, that's good. Just continue a few more times at your own pace. So when we do this sweeping across the front business, we want to really imagine that we're lengthening through the spine as we do it. So much to think about. Good. Okay. So I'm going to go back to where we started from. I'm going to drop my left hand gently to the ground behind me and reach up through the right arm. So it's just behind my ear, and I'm looking past the left shoulder. I'm just going to take a couple of breaths here. Good. I'm going to bring the fingertips to the shoulders. Just going to easily sway to the other side, and then plant the right hand down. Rise up through the left fingertips, placing the upper arm just behind the ear if that's possible. Looking past the right shoulder. Breathing here. Good. And then we'll bring the fingertips to the shoulders. We're going to face the front. Before we come onto all fours, we're just going to bring the knees together. Give the legs a little stretch out, That's it, good. So we're going to do a progressive forward fold. We're not going to force anything. We're just going to see where it goes this morning. So bending the knees again. Holding onto the tootsies if we can. Going to inhale and grow tall. I'm going to turn sideways so you've got a better idea of what's going on here. Growing tall. So at the moment, my ribs and my chest are touching my thighs. That's good. And I want to maintain that through this progressive forward fold. So as I exhale, I'm just stepping the feet a little further forward, but I'm maintaining that length through the spine and connection to the upper thighs. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, a little further forward. Keep that connection as much as possible. Inhale, grow tall, long through the spine. Exhale, Still maintaining the connection as much as we can. And if we have got one more, let's try it. Inhale, long spine. Exhale. That's as far as I'm comfy to go. So I'm going to drop my head and just take a few breaths here. My knees are still bent, and that's fine. Okay, let's inhale, let's release that and gently grow tall. Good work. So we're going to come onto all fours. We're going to do a fancy pants, coming onto all fours. Cross the legs, roll forwards, uncross the heels, walk back into your tabletop position. So hands beneath shoulders, knees beneath hips. Good. Little fire in the belly, keeping the spine supported by a little engagement there. Let's simply wave through the spine. Let's inhale and drop the belly, lengthen up through the crown of the head. And exhale from the tail, letting that wave travel through the spine into cat. Inhale from the tail to the crown into cow. Exhale all the way into cat. Okay, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let you find your rhythm here. Focus on feeling your spine beginning to move and wake up. Don't worry about whether you're going faster or slower than me. It's perfectly okay for you to follow your breath. We could start to move this cat and cow, couldn't we? So as we inhale, let's drop the belly and let the bottom slide down to the heels. And as we exhale, let's rise up, arching the spine in the cat. Inhale, moving into cow, lowering down. Exhale, arching up. Okay, take it away. Your breath, your body moving with your breath, your rhythm. Good. Okay, so next time we find ourselves bottoms lower to the heels, let's bring the big toes together, part the knees a little further, walk the hands a little further away, rest the head down. Let's just pause here and allow a little time to breathe, to sink in, to release into the earth. How does this feel? What are you experiencing now? Okay, let's find a little side stretch. Let's walk the hands over to the right, bow the head again, creep the fingertips away, finding length and stretch through the left side. Then we're going to pop the right hand behind and just gently turn the head to look in that direction. How does this feel? Okay, let's bring the hands side by side again and walk the arms back to the center. And we'll just pause there, allowing a little sinking in again. How does it feel now? Let's walk over to the left. Walking the fingertips just a little further away to create that lovely stretch. Plant the left hand down behind. Let the head just drop, looking towards the left hand. What are you feeling here? Okay, let's travel back to the center for one last opportunity to settle in and sink in here. Lovely breath. Good. Okay, let's bring ourselves back onto all fours. We're going to just mobilize the hips. So let's be super brave, even though it's morning. We could always be brave in the morning. So we're going to coordinate across the body. We're going to use the left arm and the right knee. We're going to inhale and draw them in, arching the spine if that feels good. Then we're going to exhale and we're going to line up. Strong tummy, good. Inhale, draw them in. Exhale, line up. So we're not letting the belly sink here. We're using the core to maintain alignment. One more time. Inhale in. Exhale. Hold that line. Good. Take a breath. So maybe we could play with this. If it feels right for you today, let's bend the back knee, bring the left hand round. Let's see if we can connect. Turn, look to the left, move the left shoulder back so there's an opening in the chest. Breathing here. Okay, let's release. Pop the hand down, pop the knee down, just take a breath. Definitely one side feeling different to the other. So let's balance it up. Let's do the other side. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale, draw them in. Exhale, find that line. And again, inhale in. Exhale, find the line. One more time, inhale in. Exhale, find that line. Hold it there, strong, long, long line. Okay, if you'd like to play, let's bend the left knee. Let's sweep around with the right hand. Move the right shoulder back. And let's breathe. Good, well done. Okay, let's release that. So we're going to take a little mini break again. Let's come into just an easy child's pose. What do your arms need now? Would you like to stretch them forward, or do you want to bring them beside you? Maybe your shoulders would like a little rest. Just inviting in whatever movement here will bring you comfort and release. Or maybe what you need is stillness, a little time to reflect and feel. Okay, so we're going to do some little transitions. Let's bring the arms and the fingertips ahead. Let's walk them away as far as we can. So we're going to transition from our child's pose into something that may be like a cobra, it might be like an upward dog, but what we're aiming to do is open in the front of the body and lift up through the spine, but without compromising the shoulders. Okay, so there are several routes here. You can work with whichever one feels right for you. So for instance, I'm going to start off by inhaling, coming up onto all fours, and then exhaling, softening the elbows, lowering down, and then gently lifting and opening through the front. That's one route. Exhaling back into child's pose. Or you might like to do a little caterpillaring. So this is where we let the chest and the chin lead the way, and then we gently lift and open that way. Okay, so let's try 3 more transitions at your own pace, your route, take your time. Inhaling, coming into whatever it is that you're finding, and exhaling, easing back into child's pose. So I'm going to come into my final little bit of cobra, it feels like today. Taking a breath here. So I'm going to tuck my toes, and I'm going to come through the knees, gently lifting the tail up, adjusting the feet to come into a little bit of downward dog. This morning's downward dog, so we can have soft knees, that's fine. What we do want is the tail high. Let's bend one knee and then the other. Let's walk the dog. Really waking up the back of the legs. Good. Good. Okay, let's lower both the heels. Again, the knees don't have to be straight. This is beautiful. Tail high, length from the tail through to the fingertips. Good. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of 3-legged dog. I'm going to start with my left leg, but if you're looking at the screen, it might be better to start with the right leg. So inhale, lift your right leg. Hello. Exhale, bend that knee. Start to shift the weight forward. And we're going to plant that knee on the close to behind or close to the corresponding hand, because we're going to scoot down and come into something like a pigeon. Okay, so in this position, I personally need to check that my ankle and foot are going the same way. I have a tendency to twist my ankle here. So I'm just glancing back, making sure the leg is straight and the foot is straight. Good. And here we are. So just easing, taking a couple of breaths, easing the hips down, keeping them neutral. It's perfectly acceptable to pop a block in, but you're all right there, good. Okay, so just taking a breath here, lifting and opening through the front. Then I'm going to shift the weight onto the thigh of the bent knee and rotate completely so that, there we are. I'm going to hold the hip of the bent leg, and I'm going to come into a side stretch, looking up towards the raised arm. Good. Lovely. I'm going to rise up out of that, pop that hand down, rest on the foreleg of the bent knee, and lift into a mini wild thing. Exploring, expanding through the chest there. Good. Lowering back down. Opposite hand to hip, coming into side stretch. Planting the hand down, second repetition, lifting into a mini wild thing. Then we'll exhale and we'll lower down for the final repetition. Inhale into the side stretch. Exhale, mini wild thing. Good, lowering down. Going to bring that straight leg across. Make any adjustments we need to be able to find grounding for the sit bones, so we can then hug the bent knee with the opposite arm. Grow tall. Coming into a lovely twist. Now, if this feels comfy, you could even try, instead of hugging the knee, taking the arm to the outside, lengthening through that way, just seeing how the twist feels there. It deepens it a bit. So remember, a twist works safest and best when we have a long spine. So when we breathe in, we find that upward feeling. And when we breathe out, we explore where the twist goes. Good. Okay, we're going to release that twist. We're going to bring the hands to the ground, sweep the bent knee around to step back into a downward dog. Beautifully done. Just making any adjustments we need to and having a nice breath here again, so that we can do all that with the other side. Now I'm going to change ends so that I can still see you. Good. Okay. So here we are. Lovely bit of downward dog. This time we'll inhale, lift the other leg into three-legged dog. Bend that knee. Begin to shift the weight. Take your time so you really feel this. And then pop that knee down. Behind, beside, whatever feels right for you. Scoot the leg down. I need to glance back. All looking good. And then I'm going to take a couple of moments just breathing, allowing the hips to settle down, the spine to lift and open, the chest to open. Beautiful. Good. Good. So we're going to rotate, rotating the extended leg. Great. Nice one. Opposite hand to hip, coming into a side stretch. As we look up and breathe in, exhaling as we come out of the side stretch, plant the hand, inhale as we lift into a mini wild thing. Exhaling down, inhaling side stretch. Exhale, plant, and inhale, lift. One more time. Exhale, lower. Inhale, side stretch. Exhale, plant. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So this time, the extended leg comes across. We make adjustments. Sit bones grounded. Okay, creating space. So we'll start by hugging that raised knee, planting the hand behind, just breathing and seeing how that feels. Evolving in the twist, letting it be alive. And if it feels okay, we could try bringing the arm to the outside, lengthening through without forcing, and exploring how this feels. Exploring with the breath, noticing sensations in the body. Terrific. Okay, let's gently untwist. So planting both the hands down, untwisting the legs to step back into downward dog, and to take a final glorious breath there. Before we wander the feet towards the hands, release the hands from the ground. Let yourself hang, fully hang. Take a breath. Okay, then we'll release the arms. We'll inhale, we'll sweep the hands back, round and up. Palms come together. And then we'll draw the palms down to the chest and we'll pause for a breath. Pause for a breath while I just adjust the camera so you get to see a little bit of Barbara's head, perhaps. Almost. Okay. And we'll release the hands. Let's just pause. Stand, breathe. How do you feel now that you're standing upright? Inhabiting just for a few moments that inner mountain, solid, sturdy, tall and graceful, a thing of ever-changing beauty. Good. Okay, so having inhabited your mountain, I'm now going to ask you to inhabit your crane. We're going to bring a little bit of crane into a balance today. So the crane has these beautiful wings with droopy feathers at the end. So we'll take a breath in as our crane. We open our wings as we inhale And then we exhale, we let the wings gently float down and we soften the knees. This time as we inhale, we're going to bring the right knee up with both our wings. And then as we exhale, we're going to keep the arms high and we're going to thread that leg back, coming into a balance. So just pausing there for a breath. Then we're going to soften the left knee, plant the right foot down, coming into a warrior one. So I'm just making adjustments. I'm stepping my right leg just a little further to the right to create space for the hips. Good. Okay, so we're just going to do some cactus. We'll bring the arms, the elbows down, and then we're going to let the lower arms circle back. And then we'll inhale and bring them up. Exhale, take the cactus out. Arms down. Inhale up. One more time. Inhale up. Good. Then we'll bring the arms down behind us. We're going to join the hands into Ksipana. So the shoulder blades are drawn together. We're going to lift the arms just as far as we can, lengthen through the front leg, and then swivel the back foot so that we're ready for a pyramid. And we're going to fold. Breathing. Good. Then we'll begin to come up. We'll release the hands because we're going to raise our wings again. Soften the left knee. Inhale and bring the right foot back up into your crane. Exhale and lower. Beautiful soft landing. Well done. Okay, I'm going to swap ends so that I can keep an eye on you again. Come up to the other end, inhabiting once again your inner crane, this beauty and elegance and longevity of the crane. So we'll inhale, we'll spread our wings as we breathe in. Exhale, we'll lower the wings gently down. Inhale, bringing the left knee up and the wings up. Keep the wings extended. Thread the left leg back, coming into a balance. A stick pose or a warrior three. It's always okay to start again. So we're in our balance. Then we soften the front knee, lower the left leg. We come into a warrior one and we make adjustments that we need to make to be comfortable. Good. We're going to do our cactus breath. So we take the elbows back. Arms down as we exhale. Inhale, sweeping up, rising up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale up. One more time. Exhale, back and down. Inhale up. Good. Take a breath. Release the arms. Ksipana. Lift the arms just a little. So we're going to lengthen through the front leg. Adjust the back foot so that we're ready for some pyramid. Folding, hinging from the hips. Taking length with you. Breathing a couple of breaths into pyramid. Good. We'll release the arms, soften the front knee, and we're going to sweep the arms up as we lift the left leg into our crane. And then we'll exhale, lower the wings, bring the knee down, the foot down. Good, well done. Beautifully done. Okay, let's just pause. Let's take a breath. Terrific. Okay, so today, with playfulness of spring and lightheartedness and joy, let's come down onto the mat. I'm just going to arrange my camera so you can do it in any way you like. Coming down, whee! There we go. And we'll bring the soles of the feet together. We'll just rock from side to side again, bringing in that playfulness and creativity. Beautiful. Absolutely lovely. So let's just take a moment to sit tall. I'm just moving a little further away, and I'm just actually using my thumb to tap into 3 fingertips, 3 fingers above the ankle, the triple intersection of energy lines. So we're focusing on the liver, but when we apply pressure, we're just flushing out and making sure everything's tuned up. Take a couple of breaths. It's brilliant. So we'll release that pressure. We're going to bring the knees together and we're going to lengthen through the legs. We're going to bring the palms into Gasho, a moment of gratitude and respect. And then we're going to let the spine curl very gently as we roll down. And when we're down, relax the feet, relax the arms, relax the shoulders. Just take your time. Notice this process of the body accepting support from the floor. The breath steadying, the heart rate hopefully beginning to settle again. Let's bend the knees, plant the feet down. So I definitely need to make a little adjustment there just to get the lower back comfy. Then we're going to bring the knees into the chest. How does it feel? How does it feel when we hug them closer or when we release them? How does it feel if we rock a little? Where does it feel best? Okay, so just exploring here. Any movements that can give you a massage that feels good for you. Okay, wonderful. Okay, let's just come into stillness. Relax the shoulders. Let's inhale and lift the forehead towards the knees. And let's breathe into this little seed shape, this seed of potential. Okay, and then we'll gently lower the head back down. Relax your arms beside you, comfy, palms open, ready to receive. And let's let the feet float towards the ceiling. We don't need to have straight legs, that's good. So let's give the feet a little, that's it, feet and toes. That's it. Breathing steadily. Where are you holding tension now? Can we soften? Okay, we're going to do it really simple. It's a little bit like the bicycle exercise that we used to do as children, except we're not circling. What we're going to do is we're going to stretch up in one foot and release in the other. What do I mean? So I'm going to point my right foot and just soften the left knee. And as I do, the thigh comes towards the chest. And then I'm going to do the other side. So it's not really a circling, it's a tensing and a stretching. But there's also a little massage of the lower abdomen, the belly going on as well. So keep the breath nice and steady as we alternate legs. That's it. Good. Very nice. Okay, so I'm just going to soften the feet, I'm going to soften the knees. I'm going to see if I can capture the big toes. So we're going to do a reclining forward fold. We don't have to have straight legs, remember. Just stretching through as much as possible, keeping the breath nice and steady. Good. And let's take this into a wide leg. So take your time, let's not rush it, let's just see where we can go. My knees definitely aren't straight, and that's fine. So what I'm working towards is the spine and the shoulders being as relaxed as possible. The spine resting on the ground in a nice alignment, head and neck too. Good. Going to gently bring the legs back together and release the toes, relax the arms. So let the knees just softly soften, feet back to the ground, soles of the feet together. Move them a little further away. Let the knees flop so that gravity once again is doing the work. Take a breath. Good. Okay, let's bring the knees gently back up together. So for our reclining twist today, let's walk the legs really far apart, really far apart. I'm actually going to let the knees knock together for a moment with my feet far apart, bringing the arms up to shoulder level, palms are open. So even in this position, before we set off everywhere, I can feel stuff going on with my knees together, and it's an interesting feeling. Outsides of the legs in particular. Okay, so I'm going to focus on the head, neck and shoulders for now. Make sure they're all ready and comfortable for a reclining twist. Take a breath in, knees together. Breathe out, going to let both the knees move over to the right, turning the head to the left. We don't have to hit the ground, we just go as far as is comfy. We're going to flow on the breath, so we'll inhale, coming back up, knees come together. Exhale, over to the other side. Inhale, knees touching together. Exhale to the side. Okay, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let you find your rhythm with this. This is a really good exercise to be using our ujjayi breath, the victorious breath that we regulate a little with a little tiny weeny constriction in the throat to make it feel longer. And it helps us to be far more mindful about how we're moving because we move slower with the breath being slower. It's not a forced thing, it's just a really subtle enhancement of our mindful experience. Oh, hello. Oh. Oh, thank you. Okay, so balancing up. We'll bring the knees together one last time. We'll just pause and take a breath. How are we feeling? Let's find some happy baby. Let's fully celebrate spring with a few moments of glorious, unleashed inner child with our happy baby. Whee! Oops. Oh, yes. Ooh. It's the best. Yay. Okay. Okay. You can release your happy baby. come into Shavasana, or a form of Shavasana that will bring you comfort and allow you to rest comfortably. Take your time, get comfy. Settling into stillness, allowing your body to be completely supported by the earth. Feeling a quiet strength from the support beneath you, holding you with effortless ease. In your mind, imagine the vast sky above, blue and spacious. Picture the sea, the shore, and the deep blue sky. Sense a meeting of these great elements: earth, water, air, and light, all existing together in perfect harmony. Allow your breath to be soft and natural. With each inhale, receive the freshness of a sea breeze. With each exhale, release anything you no longer need to carry. Imagine the warmth of the sun upon your skin, the gentle movement of the air around you. There's nowhere else to go, nothing to do, just this moment, just this breath, just this beautiful experience of being. As you rest, imagine the calm of the sea flowing through your mind, smoothing away any remaining tension. And rest in gratitude. Gratitude for this body, gratitude for this breath, gratitude for this day. Recalling the intention you set at the start of practice. Reaffirming your intention by repeating it now 3 times with the steady courage and strength of your practice and the quiet confidence. 3 times in your mind. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be filled with loving kindness. Allowing a few vibrations to move through you and to gently reawaken you. Inviting a little movement into fingers and toes, having a delicious stretch and yawn when you're ready. Making your way up into sitting in your own time. Bringing the palms together in a final note of gratitude for our time together. Thank you for practicing.